How dogs can recognize a bad person, and other dog incredible abilities explained. It's difficult to think that dogs can recognize terrible or bad humans. However, according to a study published in the journal Animal Cognition, it is possible. Video cameras and audio recording equipment were utilized by researchers at the University of Texas in Austin to film the dog's behavior while interacting with a range of people, both real and fictitious. These data were utilized by the researchers to discover which habits were related with specific sorts of people. Dogs were able to discern human personalities based on their attire and posture, according to the researchers. Humans' individual facial expressions were linked to a certain sort of aggressive behavior when they displayed hostile sentiments toward other people, i.e., staring. Dogs were able to deduce that when a person moved away from their face, it suggested they didn't want to be touched, i.e., averting their gaze. One particular book was entitled, "Dogs Can Recognize Bad People." This book was heavily promoted by the National Association for Retrieval Training, NART. A more recent book titled, "Can Dogs See Through Lies?" was authored by Pam Belluck and her students at New York University's College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. The debate on how dogs can recognize bad people is as old as the dog itself. Many studies have been conducted to test the idea. The first scientific experiment was conducted by Dr. Gordon Shepherd and Dr. Herbert Frankel in the 1930s, who investigated whether dogs could be trained to recognize and identify their human owners when placed in environments where these owners had been known to commit crimes. The results of their research were inconclusive, but it did lead to a significant amount of public support for dog training in a series of books authored by Shepherd and Frankel that were published in an attempt to help pet owners improve their ability to recognize people they knew who were likely criminals, or those they suspected of being criminals. Beside that, here they are other 5 things which dogs can sense when they are about to happen. Number 1. Earthquakes. For hundreds of years, people have believed that dogs can sense earthquakes. Although no scientific evidence has been found to show that dogs can consistently foresee the onset of an earthquake, there is some evidence that dogs can do so. Dogs can detect the electrical signal produced by the movement of rocks beneath the earth, according to seismologists. Number 2. Danger. Dogs are extremely sensitive to pheromones that we are unaware of. This is why dogs can foresee potential danger. They may deduce a person's intent just by observing their subtle facial expressions and body language. Dogs are capable of not only alerting you to any risk posed by a human, but also of detecting bombs, narcotics, and other explosives. If your dog expresses an exceptional aversion for someone, he is alerting you to the danger that person may provide to you. Number 3. Serious diseases in humans. Dogs are capable of detecting cancer, even when it is at stage 0. Researchers have found that cancer tissue release particular chemical that is different to normal tissue, and dogs are surprisingly good at recognizing the difference between malignant tissue and normal tissue. A woman from California noticed that her dog used to lick her right breast, and when she went to doctor she was diagnosed with breast cancer. In a research, a trained Labrador Retriever was able to successfully detect colon cancer in people with more than 90% accuracy rate. Not only cancer, your dog can alarm you when you have low blood sugar and seizures. Number 4. Bad weather. Dogs have the ability to recognize inclement weather. This is something that dog owners can attest to. Before we see adverse weather, their dog begins to bark or huddle in their owner's lap. Dogs are specialists at anticipating bad weather, whether it's a storm or thunder. This ability of dogs in detecting weather conditions is based on simple science. Dogs can detect changes in the static electric field as well as a drop in atmospheric pressure. Unfavorable weather is indicated by changes in air pressure and electricity. Apart from that, dogs are capable of hearing thunder and storm sounds before people can. Number 5. Pregnancy. While there is no definite scientific evidence that dogs can detect pregnancy, there are numerous examples that support this theory. The capacity of a dog to detect pregnancy is aided by his ability to understand human body language, smell, and behavior. Certain changes in a pregnant woman's odor, body form, body language, attitude, and behavior occur, which a dog can easily detect.